Hello everyone! Welcome to our laboratory activity of the Crust and Mantle. Hello, I'm Elisha Cinco and together with my group mates.
Hello everyone, my name is Glenna Larvilla.
Hi, I'm Yash.
That's it for the introduction. Now, do you recognize the layers of the Earth? Of course! It's the crust, mantle, and the core. In executing our laboratory activity, we will have some objectives to reach. First, we should explain how heating the mantle affects the crust. Second, we should describe the mechanism driving the continental drift, and we should illustrate the mechanism of the plate movements. Here are some keywords to help us understand more about our laboratory activity: the mantle convection and the continental drift. As we are talking about the layers of the Earth, here are the clear definition of the crust and the mantle. To help us dig in more about the concept, here are some guide questions to follow. The first concept, the second concept, and the third concept. In order to properly execute the said laboratory activity, here are the ingredients we are going to need. Number 1, milk. Second on the list is the choco powder. It can be any choco powder as long as it's a choco powder. And lastly, a pan or a frying pan. Now, we're going to start demonstrating our crust and mantle laboratory activity. Gwen, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Glenna Larvilla and today we're going to execute a laboratory activity to witness the processes involved in our Earth's crust and mantle.
First procedure is to pour the milk to the pan, making sure that the whole pan is covered with a very thin film of milk. Second procedure, put the chocolate powder over the thin layer of milk. Add the powder until the surface is a dry layer of chocolate powder. Procedure number 3, put the pan on the hot stove or plate and observe. Procedure number 4, exercise caution in handling hot objects. Use hot pot holder if necessary. As we can notice, as the milk gets hotter and hotter, the chocolate powder starts to diverge from each other slowly. Before the mixture was put into the hot plate or the stove, the milk and choco powder represents the process of how the mantle convection affects the crust. We did notice that the choco powder or the group of choco powder was slowly diverging from each other. This supports the continental drift theory, in which the mantle convection highly affects the crust, and is evident that the process they execute fits the theory. Here are the group syntheses we've made after executing the laboratory activity. Our first synthesis, the hot milk or pan, represents the temperature in the mantle during mantle convection. Meanwhile, our second synthesis, the effect of the heated milk on the powder is that it made the chocolate powder diverge, and its hot characteristic made the crust or chocolate powder develop its fragile characteristic. Last but not the least, our third synthesis is that this experiment or laboratory activity is present mostly on those places in Earth covered with land and is located in an area where mantle is abundant. Thank you so much for being with us in the whole laboratory activity. See you soon in our next laboratory activity!